All right. Good morning, everybody. These lines are still muting. There we go, getting it all nice, clean call. Yes, today is Wake Up to Akana. Good morning, everybody. I mean, we're all over the place. Wow. I'm going to get out the way. I'm Dr. Roz, your VP of Communications. And listen, today is the day that we hear from our CEO. For those of you that are brand new, we welcome you. But let me tell you something. Almost 5 years ago, four women, this is Women's History Month, right? Four women came together in the spirit of unity. And let me tell you something, when four women, not just one, but when four come together, you better look for amazing things to happen. And leading that charge is our CEO, Melissa Boston. Melissa, are you there?
I am here, Dr. Roz. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. And wow, all the way from Ghana. That is so exciting to just see our team spread out their wings and fly. But just appreciate you for all your support, all that you do. Our VP of Communications, so gracious, so humble to welcome all of our callers from all across the country. And today, hey, from all over the world. So super exciting. I'm actually here getting my workout on. Got some exciting things we're doing actually here with some of the team. I know Phyllis is be heading down soon, but we have some exciting collaborations that are happening. I'm going to get into just a little bit of that today. But again, I want to welcome everyone. If you are brand new to the Akana family, I want to welcome you on the line. A special, special welcome for all of our guests that might just be listening in. This is March Madness, so we know there's a lot of exciting things happening from coast to coast, and I'm going to share a little bit of that update. But first, I want to start by sharing the meaning of Akana means in the hands of God. Our mission, we believe health, wealth, freedom, and legacy are our birthright. By offering the most life-changing products and an innovative business, we empower people to elevate to their full potential. This weekend, actually had a chance to do a podcast. I'm going to share with you a little bit about that and how that's going to impact us at our 420 lifestyle. But I also want to take a moment just to express, the appreciation, the gratitude for each and every one of you. I had a chance to be there with the Zachary family, with the Johnson family, in Maryland. And I'm just going to tell you, Akana Nation, we just so much value the love, the support that you give to our phenomenal, families and to our phenomenal distributors. And we know how beloved Erica Zachary has been to us. And just to see the outreach, the support, the family expressed to me just the gratitude of how they felt for Akana Nation. And we want to continue to lift them up, continue to keep them in our prayers. Ayana and Tariq, her children, her husband, Troy, who's always just been there by her side, each step of the way. And he really has taken that torch and is going to really continue the business side of this. And we want to make sure that we provide to him all the support, all the love, all the encouragement. So we want to make sure, whatever they need as a family, we continue to show up and show out for them. And again, just expressing the heartfelt gratitude and wanted to relay the message, given to me from the family. And I want to also, too, talk about, some of the things that happened this weekend. I had a chance to, I flew in and out. So I was there Friday morning, came back Friday evening. Saturday morning, I had to do a podcast. And this podcast is for a book that's coming out. It's really about the network marketing industry. It's basically, sharing, the top secrets from 6 and 7 and 8-figure earners. And so I am featured as a part of that. But there's a podcast that will be also available. And the person who coordinated this, I really want to, give a big shout out to him, because we will allow you the opportunity, if you choose to participate in purchasing this book. But it's a lot of phenomenal value that I really believe that's going to be brought to the network marketing industry for people that have had, reservations, for people that really just wanted to understand, how do I break through? How do I get to the top? How do I learn? And this is some of the leaders in this book, 20, 30, 40 years of experience, and really helping you to shorten that learning curve. And so I'm super excited about that and what they're doing to really impact the industry in such a big, big way. But as Dr. Ross started the call, she talked about the four of us starting this business as four owners. And I want to really talk about that for a moment, because as we were sharing, top secrets and how do you really build in the industry, the one thing that I shared is the fact that when I think back at my career inside of network marketing, I think about the fact that when I first started and I was by myself, right? What I realized is you can, maybe have some goals that you reach by yourself, but it's really about the team. It's really about collaborating. It's really about finding people with opposite strengths and really joining forces, because when you join forces with people, you actually create a synergy that's so much more powerful than if you were to do it alone. And so I was sharing, how, I struggled, in the industry of network marketing. But when I really understood that God gives all of us strengths, God gives us all gifts, but guess what? Some of the gifts that God might give one person, maybe you don't have that specific gift. And so how powerful would it be when you collaborate with people that have different strengths? And so when we started the concept of this business, at the time, of course, it was Wakana for Life. We started it under the principles of health, wealth, freedom, and legacy. We understood that those were 4 concepts, 4 principles that we wanted to bring to the world. But we also understood that there were 4 dynamic people, and each person had to represent their strengths. And so the vision of Wakana didn't just stop with the vision of Wakana. Immediately, those 4 principles were given to me by God as that gift, okay? And the first person I thought about when I thought about with health was Dr. Rita. With wealth was Dr. Pat. With freedom was our phenomenal Phyllis. And then, of course, I represented the pillar of legacy. And when I thought back, and I thought about all the different experiences inside of network marketing, one of the concepts you're going to always see about me is I'm never typically traveling alone, okay? It's usually me and other women. And in fact, the gentleman who was interviewing me, he says, Melissa, ever since I've known you, he said, you're right. He said, it was you and always other women. He says, wow. He said, I never really thought about that. And I was telling him, I said, yeah, because I was such a introvert, again, very shy. So I never thought this industry was going to work for me. I always had a business mind. I was, working, businesses, even when I was in the early days of living in the projects. But guess what? Even then, I had my tribe. I had my fearless blood type O's. I didn't know back then my sister was a blood type O and other of my friends. But guess what? They were the ones who would go out there and knock on the doors, right? And we would create wealth in our family by creating some money, some income, okay? So we would turn $5 into $100, okay? We learned that early on. But guess what? That same principle is really what came back full circle inside of network marketing. Because again, I was doing it alone. I remember that first company, I really gave a good shot, and I was the star agent, right? But guess what? As one person, never really created that momentum, that synergy. And when I really understood the power of synergy and energy, and I started looking out and starting realizing, wait a minute, I see people that are way more outgoing than me. I see people that are willing to talk to everybody. Why don't I align with people with the opposite strengths? And so that's what I started to do. I started being very strategic. And again, back then, I had no clue about the blood type A's, the blood type O's. But when I look back and I think about those top leaders that I started attracting as a blood type A, guess what? They were blood type O's. I had a couple blood type A's, but again, you have to mix up that dynamic, and then the blood type B's came, okay? And again, back then, we didn't know this. But as we started putting the puzzle together, we started realizing, wow, there is so much power in synergy. The reason why we have the different blood types, okay? Because everyone's going to bring their different strengths to the table. And I want you to understand that strategy is a big part of how you're going to get to the top, how you're going to build generational wealth, how you're going to build generational health. But you got to really think the power of team. So many people want to go at it alone, and you're going to just find it's going to be that much harder, that much tougher. But you want to really start also honing in on what your strengths are, what your gifts. So many times we beat ourselves up. We beat ourselves up because maybe we feel like we could be a better presenter. Maybe we feel we could be more outgoing. Maybe we feel that, wait, I want to be a better recruiter. But guess what? Yeah, you want to work on the things that are your weaknesses, but more importantly, you want to develop your strengths and start seeking out and start attracting people with those opposite strengths, start forming those tribes. And you're going to find the power of a tribe is going to build synergy. The power of a tribe is going to build long-term relationships. Many of the relationships that we established started back in 2004. We're talking about 20-year relationships. So, relationships where people start off as strangers, Then we become business partners. Then we become friends and then family. And that's the power of this industry. And it really starts with you making up your mind that you're going to start plugging into some of these significant events. They're going to really help you have your breakthrough. And our very next huge opportunity, in fact, when we started off, with April, we really weren't looking at this as a major conference this year. We knew it as a big one in Vegas. And so we were really thinking about it more as an anniversary celebration. It's our 5 years in business. But guess what? It's now turned into a mini conference because we now have hundreds of you coming in from all over the country. It's going to be amazing. And in fact, as I listened to Mom Mitchell, who came in, and she's tuning in from Ghana, she's out there doing those bioscans in Ghana, helping to create generational health. When I think about that concept, she is the one that actually came up with that word, generational health. And I was like, wow, that's a powerful word. And when we think about our 420 lifestyle, we're starting to build collaborations. We're starting to build teams. We're starting to build a force of doctors, a force of naturopaths, a force of MDs. Many of you were at the event we did this Saturday, the health fair. You had a chance to witness our Dr. Tyus. Oh, my goodness. You had a chance to hear from Dr. Thomas, from even Dr. Prince and Dr. Betty, Sharon Dorsey. I mean, it was powerful. But guess what? We're going to really build upon a lot of what you were able to witness as it now ties into our business and some of the things we're doing. In fact, one of the partners who's going to be speaking at our conference, I'm here at her place of business right now, but many of you have heard of concepts like infrared energy, right? Infrared energy. When I think about our EE Center and what we're going to do in Chicago, how we're going to expand this across the country, we're going to really look at this as a full-scale method of helping to provide holistic healing and holistic energy to our communities, okay? And it's going to be the EE energy. That's going to be a big part of it. But we also have some other tools, things that we're going to be putting in our center that's going to take it to a whole nother level. And the lady who's going to speak at our conference, just an amazing powerhouse. She used to be a big VP at one of the big Fortune 500 companies. But guess what? She was losing her health. Her daughter was Miss Illinois, right? Just, again, a very established woman, very powerful woman, but she was losing her health. In fact, she had a heart attack. She had a stroke. And then when COVID came, she had this idea she would start a business, but COVID came. And during the midst of COVID, she actually found out she had cancer. Her cancer then spread to the liver. The people at Northwestern Hospital told her it was fatal. They said there's nothing that you can do at this point. It's incurable. And guess what she did? She sought out the team of naturopath doctors. She sought out the different things that were out there that were benefiting people. And so I'm super excited because a lot of what she was able to come up with and figure out for herself, and here she is now 4 years later, completely cancer-free. I mean, in fact, they were so dumbfounded at the hospital. They said, this has never happened. We've never seen anyone who had cancer over their body, that it metastasized to the liver. They're like, that's fatal cancer. And in stage 4, she was able to completely recover without any tumors on that liver. Her body completely healed. And so how would you like to learn and to speak to powerhouses like that and what we're doing to, again, synergize, to work as a team so that we can bring you the best of the best so that whatever we learn in the world of healing, in the world of bringing holistic energy to the body, guess what? We're going to be there to bring that to you because our people are suffering from a lack of knowledge. Our people are suffering because, unfortunately, there's so much misinformation out there, and it's super exciting, okay? It is so exciting when you understand that where we're at such a time as this, how we are going to be the catalyst that will bring generational health here to this country, but also all around the world. And you're going to really see the spark of that this April at the conference. And so we really want you to make those sacrifices to get there because you never know what it is that you hear that takes your life to the next level. I want you to think about this, guys. I mean, everything that happens to us, happens for a purpose, happens for a reason. It brings us exactly to where we're at this time right here. When I think about my own journey, how it started off with me almost dying at 19 years old, 50% chance of living or dying, emergency surgery. They didn't know what in the world was going on with my body. But guess what? I survived that. And all of those things that happened for a purpose and reason to bring me to the mindset where I would be on a quest for health. I would write a book called The Proverbs Diet. I would then meet Dr. Prince when me and Phyllis met him or introduced to him by Mooney. And guess what? Immediately, I understood that this is the person we've been looking for. We knew that we had to bring a collaboration because guess what? I had flown out to Dr. Sabi's. I had met with his daughters. I had wanted to bring his products to another network marketing company back in 2013, but it didn't work out. And to meet a person who had been under the tutelage of Dr. Layla Africa, who had studied extensively Dr. Sabi and his methods, I knew that we were absolutely at the right place at the right time. And again, what you're going to hear as we take this into year 5, our year of grace, you're going to hear so many exciting things happening, regarding the products that have been started right back around our holiday season, but one that is finally ready. You're going to have a chance to taste this delicious, protein shake that is chocolate. It's scrumptious, but it's going to give you so much nutrition. But more importantly, it's got specific things in there designed to help you elevate your health, take it to the next level. As we heard from people like Dr. Thomas, right? Dr. Thomas was talking about his knowledge and his extensive training as a medical doctor and how there were 3 things. He said, these 3 things, if you learn this, he said, you have the power to absolutely take your health in your own control. And so we want to make sure our people hear this information. They know exactly what those 3 things are. What are the 10 things we must do every single day if we want to put our health in the right state? And so, again, we are super excited because we've been on this quest for knowledge for now decades, okay? Decades. We're talking about more than 30 years on being on this quest, and we really believe that this is the time, this is the season, and you're going to hear so many exciting updates from so much of our great medical team, the elevation experience, the EE energy. You're going to have a chance to experience that, and just so much more. A big shout out to everybody this weekend having events all across the country. I mean, I'm just witnessing so many things happening, whether it's there now in Florida, in Boston, in Texas, I mean, all over. I know here in Chicago, we had 2 huge events around having events. I know Phyllis and Dr. Betty were there with Nadine and Eugene Delanato, so we are happy and excited about that. We had a chance to support Dorothy Ellis, who had her big party there at her home, and I know, again, many of you across the country were hosting events. So a big shout out to each and every one of you. Let's keep it going. Let's keep these parties moving every single weekend. We're going to keep bringing these health fairs too, because we see that the need for it. We see that our community is in crisis, and we've got to bring this knowledge out, and we've got to get to other cities. We've got to get back on tour, right? Or we need to at least get leadership in those markets to do exactly what we're doing, to duplicate what we know works, what helps to get the knowledge to the people. And with that being said, guys, I got to get back into this phenomenal building that I'm in. We're here working out, but we're also here experiencing some of these healing therapies, okay? And so, again, some energies that are really going to help take us to the next level as a community, as a group, okay, as a team. And so super excited about that. And so you're going to learn so much more as we now wind down, just 4 weeks left now. I mean, almost less than 5 weeks, but right over 4 weeks left for the conference. So again, super excited. All roads are leading right to Chicago, April 18th to the 21st. So make sure you go get your tickets. Get your tickets right now while you can. Today, just so that you know, there's a couple of announcements. One of them, we want to make sure that if you had any person who's a brand new person who has not bought their cleanse, on Saturday, we had a special discounted price. You might notice that the cleanse right now says, I believe, $330 or $335. When you take that 10% off, it's going to bring it down to just about $300. And so we wanted to make sure that on Saturday we had that price. And so everyone who tuned in and purchased Saturday, Sunday, and up through midnight today, they're going to save $50 if they're brand new. If you're not brand new, you still make that, I think, a $15 or $20 savings either way. You all will save, but the brand new people will put that save 10, and it's going to be a total of about $50. So they're going to end up spending $300 plus tax. On the 7-day cleanse, it's discounted already online about $5 or $6. When we apply that save 10 for brand new people, it's going to be about a $20 savings. And so again, if you had events this weekend and need to follow up, make sure you go online, check those prices so that you know exactly how you can leverage that, get those sales in by the end of today, by midnight, okay? And the last announcement regarding that is the ticket price. We had the special Saturday event where we had an introductory ticket price. Come to find out, they left it running, okay? So we decided we're going to leave it running only through midnight tonight. After midnight tonight, it will go up to $79, and that will remain the price, guys, all the way up through the end of the month. And so if you want to get the special party that we're doing on Saturday at the $69 price, you want to go online and get that ticket secured today, okay? And so with that being said, we want to make sure we tune in to our reboundwithakana.com. Let's go get our workout on with DJ Dr. Roz. We want to save our strands. Oh my goodness, the hair scope, a whole another level. If you want to build a business in the multi-billion-dollar hair industry, you need to tune in to Save Our Strands tonight. For those who are wellness coaches, yes, join Dr. Prince, Sharon Dorsey, Mike Burns at 6 p.m. Central. They will be there for all the wellness coaches, so make sure you tune in tonight. They're talking about the power of the subconscious mind. And then tomorrow, you want to tune in with our phenomenal Phyllis Nash, our phenomenal Diamond Ambassador for the Diamond Factory. And with that being said, we want each and every one of you to have an Akana day. We're going to see you at the top, the very top, the tip top.